This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. We're just happy and smiling. Doing almost anything. Having fun and just living. Shopping, chilling, everything.
Get happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.
This is the Barbados Today evening update for Monday, November the 3rd, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. The Chief Labour Officer is at this hour trying to broker a settlement between the Barbados Community College and the National Union of Public Workers. The two sides are at odds over new employment contracts being offered to part-time tutors. At around 3:30 this afternoon, the Chief Labour Officer, Vincent Burnett, met with the BCC management led by Principal Dr. Gladstone Best at the Labour Department. That meeting lasted for just over 1 hour. The Chief Labour Officer then convened a second meeting with the BCC officials and the top brass of the National Union of Public Workers, led by General Secretary Dennis Clark. Ahead of the talks, management served notice it had referred the dispute to the Labour Department. In a statement, it said that once the parties accept there are management rights and workers' rights and utilize the protocols that are in place to address grievances, industrial peace would be maintained. At news time, those talks were still ongoing. In other news now, the Minister of Finance, Chris Sinckler, is assuring Barbadians that the National Insurance Fund is sound and there's no need to fear about its future. Speaking on state television last night, Sinckler insisted that anyone who claimed there was a challenge at the NIS was not speaking the truth. Sinckler also said that the severance fund had lots of money in it, but the same could not be said about the unemployment fund due to a spike in unemployment in the country.
The NIS currently still earns above $200 million of surplus from its investments, a significant amount of which are in government and continue to perform on time and in full. It also has, of course, these separate funds which it manages. The severance payments fund is very flush and has a lot of money in it. The unemployment benefits fund, however, has challenges because that has always been the case. It's not new. And whenever you have a spike in unemployment and an additional call on that fund, you usually have that situation. So government, the employers, the employees, the representatives, the unions, and the board of the NIS and the staff have been examining what can we do to ensure that that fund remains viable.
Meantime, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Barbados says its members are not happy with government's handling of the economy. Speaking at a press conference today, ICAP's President Roger Arthur revealed that an ongoing economic policy confidence survey showed that 10% of its more than 800 members believe that the country's financial situation will worsen during the next 6 months, despite predictions of 2% growth in 2015. He urged the government to tackle with a sense of urgency issues such as investor confidence, increased productivity in the public sector, as well as reform in state enterprises in order to turn around the island's economic situation.
The numbers suggest that 90% of our members are not happy with how things are being done at the moment. I think the level of urgency is one of the key factors that certainly has caught their attention. There's some key issues and key areas that need to be addressed, and we would like to see a greater emphasis placed in those areas.
And Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean needs to be more sophisticated when it comes to marketing its bread and butter industry. So says the chairman of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, Barbados' Tourism Minister Richard Seeley. Seeley was speaking at the launch of an 8-page report produced by the CTO, by the Travel Trade magazine, aimed at providing more insight into the travel habits and plans of British and European visitors.
Gone are the days when the beach alone would have done it. People want to experience different things when they go on vacation. So we have to push the various niches, sports tourism, heritage tourism, the whole experience, the culinary end of things, the culture, sharing it, offering it. Our visitors want to be a part of that. So when we market our tourism services to the world, we are telling people come and share in our culture, come and experience what we are and who we are, and not simply come and have a leisure experience where you're simply lying down on a beach or around the beach for a few days or a few weeks. So we really have to become far more sophisticated in terms of how we handle this whole creature that we call tourism.
Tourism Minister Richard Siddy speaking at the World Travel Market underway in the UK. The education fraternity is mourning the loss of one of its own. Veteran educator Winston Crichlow, the former principal of Harrison College, died this morning. A teacher of more than 40 years, Crichlow spent 28 years in St. Leonard's Boys' School, 4 at Queen's College, and 10 years at Harrison College. Juanita Wade, the principal of Harrison College, tells Barbados Today students and staff were shocked by his passing. She says he made a substantial contribution to the school's development and on a wider level.
I know he was very interested in all students being able to achieve to their fullest potential. At Harrison College, he would have been keen to ensure that the students were ready, that they were prepared for life in the 21st century. And he wanted to ensure that the school continued on its path of excellence. I believe that everything he did, every policy he may have, or program he may have instituted, would have been designed to ensure that Harrison College remained one of the top choices as a school in Barbados.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The Barbados Food and Wine and Rum Festival, November 20th to 23rd. Taste the culinary delights of top local and international chefs like Marcus Samuelson, Anne Burrell, Tyler Florence, Roger Mooking, Michael Hines, Dane Sadler, Daphne's Restaurant, and more. The Barbados Food and Wine and Rum Festival, 5th edition, November 20th to 23rd. Visit foodwinerum.com or contact Premier Event Services Inc. at 435-0670. Get your tickets now at Wine World or Ticketpal.com.
Welcome back with news from Jamaica now, where a report shows that the chikungunya virus is hurting the country's private sector. According to a survey conducted by the Jamaica Employers Federation, the outbreak has led to 93% spike in absenteeism during the last 3 months alone. The JEF says most large to medium-sized companies revealed that a majority of their workers complained of flu-like symptoms associated with CHIKV, as it is commonly known in Jamaica. 53 companies of the 238 invited to participate in the survey showed a total of 743 suspected chikungunya cases, but the JEF revealed that only one was reported to the Ministry of Health. And further afield, an air and water rescue operation is currently underway in the north coast of Turkey. This after a vessel carrying migrants sank near the Black Sea. We get more in this BBC report.
This morning, early on in the morning, a vessel capsized about 5 kilometers north of the Bosphorus Strait in the Black Sea, north of Istanbul. 24 bodies have so far been recovered, 7 rescued, 9 still believed to be missing. It's thought that around 40 people were on board, many of them children. And this was an unusual route, really, for a migrant vessel to take. And on that note, we come to the end of our Barbados Today evening update. We will be back again in the morning. But until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a wonderful evening.
This news update is brought to you by...
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. Oh, we just
happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.